So, back into it. All right, so you guys are just now deciding he's about to reopen the portal so that you guys can jump through.
I want to hop through, not them.
You get sucked
all right,
in.
bunny hop. All right, so Tabon's a little bit ahead of you. There's enough space there where you guys can probably shoulder each other's side and get through at the same time. He kind of, takes another silver mirror out of his pocket, like you can see now. It's like a little mirror, and he doesn't crush this one, but he just kind of holds it in his hand, focuses for a second, and the portal pops open. And Tabon jumps through.
I'm last.
Okay, so everybody's going through?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody goes through. As you guys come out, so you didn't get a really super awesome, good look at Wakanga's mansion before you left because it was kind of dark. You obviously wasn't using it at the time. But you can see now the doors are off of the hinges. It is, everything is kind of broken and you can tell it's been ransacked and gone through. You immediately see there are two figures right in front of you.
Fingers of what?
All right, so as you guys kind of begin moving towards them, though, you just see one of them, a crossbow bolt, it almost like grows from his chest. It's just a crossbow bolt. Like it just appears there, and he just kind of falls over. And then you see this large form crashing through like that, kind of where you can see the rain separating from the inside, and he just kind of comes through, and it's this large, bald, guy, and he just swings with a two-handed greatsword and just slices the guy in the shoulder, goes like all the way through him almost, and he falls down. He looks at each of you like, "Who are you?
Friend?
Who are you? You do not look like them. That's not the voice. Wait, that is the voice I'm trying to do. Yes."
Where's the vodka? What's your name, sir?
Whiskey, come here. There are people inside.
God damn it, I was that close. I said vodka, give me the vodka. You're like, whiskey, where's the whiskey?
People inside.
Well, come inside, Whiskey. There are people in here.
She comes inside and looks at all of you.
So there are.
Are these the people we are looking for, Whiskey?
Does she recognize Wakanga?
Wakanga's not actually there.
Oh, he didn't come.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to look for the door back to go back through. I'm like, whoa.
This is
Whiskey and wait, we look like different people though, right? So we don't.
Yeah, you look like Chalton.
Yeah.
I don't recognize
Hey,
them.
man, that was the best party we just went to.
And then, so like you guys see the bald guy, like he picks out something out of his pack, and like he brings it closer. What do you think, Boo? What should we do? And he kind of looks around at each of you, and you hear like,
Dude, where are you from?
You should probably stop that right now because
"Where is
that
Wakanga?"
didn't come from nowhere.
Wakanga, he threw a badass party, man.
He kind of limbers up his sword, and he's like looking right at
Wakanga?
him. Where is Wakanga?
His
His mansion is destroyed, and you showed me
He's
this.
back at his pad.
We know the Zentan did this.
Yeah, we know too.
And he kind of begins limbering it up, and he's like getting ready to run at you.
Whoa, whoa,
Always continue to go until he hurts you.
whoa. Wait.
Wakanga's safe. Wakanga's safe.
Is he? Where is he?
I can't.
You can only give us
He's back at his
four
pad.
people.
He's with this crippled chick. They're chilling. They're good.
We can't tell you where he's at. That would be.
I don't even know where he's at.
Violation of
Wakanga's
safety
head
because we don't
peeks
know.
out of the portal now.
We don't know who you guys are.
What is going on?
I don't know. Who are these guys?
And then you do recognize Wakanga as soon as he appears. He doesn't know.
Is that you?
Who are you?
I am the bard. Whiskey?
Uh-oh. The Moonstar.
Correct.
And that must be Minsk. And he's pointing at the other guy. Friends, stop. And he kind of drops the disguise self on all of you guys. So yours is still up, but everybody else is
What
dropped.
happened to such a badass party? Wow.
Why did you lie to me? You are the person I am looking for.
I don't know who you are.
You coming at me with a clue, man.
We just come out here killing people. I run from death.
I killed these people for you.
She puts her crossbow away and switches to her daggers.
Well, can you switch to nothing in your
Well,
hands?
that's
Whoa.
Real quick, then slow down.
Range from melee. Let me take a step back.
He gets a little carried away sometimes.
Okay.
He's a big guy. I mean, since we're all in battle.
Why are y'all here?
We're sent here to protect you all, seeing as you obviously need it.
Awesome.
If you can save me from death, then that's fine.
I can
So
save
you guys-
a lot of things.
As you guys as you're talking to Whiskey, you see there are multiple dead bodies of Zentham operatives outside of the mansion. There's like 10. It's a lot.
Pull a crossbow bolt out of one of their eyes.
Yeah, you just kind of start getting your crossbow bolts back, and
Did you misplace those?
Miz begins like rifling through the corpses, and he's like looting them all.
Not gonna say that.
We have 3 people. We have to make sure they are safe. We're on a.
Them to protect us.
That guy in the portal.
The moon stars?
His name was Kogo. Kogo?
You got it.
Togo.
Were these these weren't
That's
the
not
people. The
This
bard
is-
and barbarian.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they never told us the name. They just
Oh,
said
he's the
bard.
barbarian.
Alright.
Explains a lot.
The barbarian part, yeah.
Well, it makes traveling a lot easier. We were supposed to go see y'all, but I had to use the restroom, and as you can see, this happened.
Such a
Small bladder.
liar.
To what?
Small bladder.
Among other recently, yes. Yeah, there's a
Yes.
What color is your hair?
It's long, like beautiful red hair.
And eye color?
Either green or blue, and it shifts between the two.
All right, so you see before you a beautiful human woman.
Pork chop.
She's wearing a dark cloak, and but she's got hazel eyes. And as you guys kind of get a better look at the other one, he's a large guy. He's like bigger than Toban, and he's wearing like leathers and kind of like dark greens. And he's got a cloak as well, and a large sword that's strapped to his back, and this large purple marking on his face.
well, death is stressful, and stress makes your prostate enlarge. So yes, small bladder. Small bladder.
I've never had that problem with my prostate.
Wait, what?
If you would like, Blue can help you with your prostate. And he shows the hamster to you.
Maybe at a later time. Right now.
He says no now, Blue. And he puts him back in his pack.
For later. For later. You're about to get jacked up.
Maybe
Is Wakanga's head still out?
Wakanga is out of the portal now.
Maybe because I've never had one.
Congratulations. Can we now? Is there anyone alive, like Zentham-wise, roaming around, like
There-
anywhere
As far as you can see right now, they're all dead. You can ask, Whiskey and.
Is everyone here dead?
Very efficiently, yes. She strokes like a pearl necklace, like with 3 pearls, like on
Prostates and pearl necklaces.
around her chest.
I love it.
Well, I kind of like kick the body a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you're pretty dead. You're pretty efficient at what you do, Whiskey.
Mitz, help.
I did help. And you can see, like, there's a couple of corpses that are, like, cut in half.
And
Did the gerbil help?
It's
Blue always helps. Cleanses this land of the stinking evil. he's going out again. And he's, like, standing up. The hamster is. He's, like, bowed up.
Oh, bones. Kind of a
You can't-
perception
you
check.
can't unequip it in Baldur's Gate, and it infuriates me. I'm just like, I want to unequip it.
What's up, KG? What?
No. All
You
right.
can see some of their eyes are chewed up.
Okay. We probably should not stay here for long because, as you can see, they were already here to kill us.
Staying here would make saving all of your lives much harder.
It probably would.
We killed a lot, but there are more here.
That's why we came through disguise, and then y'all tried to kill us.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to meet you guys. We are pressed for time. We have 3 people to save. First on our list is a lady named Zanti. We need to seek her and see if she is safe. she is safe. We
How
can
do we
move.
decide she was the first one to save, Marthos? Because you don't do a lot of saving, you do a lot of killing.
And not as important people either.
That was the first
Like-
thing he gave me.
And
the first name Wakanda gave us, I guess. I don't know.
I say the easier one to save and the one that has the most connection right now with all of us would be the harbor master.
He don't need saving.
shit.
Every time I'm right in the middle of the table.
God damn it. You were just throwing it in between my legs.
You said the harbor master needed one of us to be saved, right?
Zendar was one of the ones he suggested.
Yeah.
You start with Zendar, Xanthi,
Yeah. So
and Justine.
let's go to the harbor
Let's go
master.
to the harbor master.
Harbor master is.
Well, I was with you with Xanthi, but
Yeah. I mean, but I'm
But
good with
Xanthi was
whatever
the
these guys
one,
choose.
no, that was Jasmine was the one with the assassins.
Justine.
Jasmine.
I mean, Xanthi may have the most influence because
everyone loves Jules.
Could you please stop touching yourself?
I mean, Crypto says she does have the most influence. I would think that would put a big wedge into the Xanthian.
Toban kind of speaks up. Jessamine might know of secret ways through the city, though. Assassins would know that.
That would be even better for us to sneak around.
I mean, we are surrounded by ocean, so the harbor master has boats.
Harbor master it is.
Because we need to go to port.
Whiskey?
Z-
Crypto?
But
You're gonna have to give me that scale back before we get there, unfortunately.
have you not looked in the jungle? Do you not see all these
I've never
beasts
been to the
roaming
jungle.
around?
I've lived here my whole life. Have you seen the beasts?
Yeah, I actually
When have
saw
you been to the jungle?
Let me tell you about.
what was at that mountain that came up that was like the size of a building. Was that not a big dinosaur?
A tamed one.
Yes, but if those are in the jungle, what's in the water?
Not dinosaurs.
Oh, not dinosaurs?
I don't think we're gonna find a brontosaurus in the middle of the Mariana. Let's go ahead.
T-Rexes can't swim. Have you seen their arms? Have you seen their arms?
Are there not creatures just as big in the
What's that
water?
water one called? A pop. I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Nessie?
Yeah, that.
So Vaughn kind of was
How
like,
about
I have heard of the snapping turtle that patrols the bay and requests tribute.
So there's 8 of us, right?
that turtle is as big as a boat?
Wakanga's not going to come with you guys.
Well, there's 2, then
There's
so 7.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7.
So how about 3 of us go to the harbor master and the other 4? Because I think the harbor master is an easy bet.
I'll go with you guys to the harbor master.
I don't think
Okay.
If we
So-
split up, I think we will be at the receiving end of some unfortunate
Pearls.
stuff.
Okay, so Whiskey has,
Yes.
Whiskey has some intelligence because Whiskey's been in the city, out on the outside where you guys have been on the inside. So this is something you would know. The harbor is currently being besieged by the Zentem and the Red Robes. Ifan Talroa, who's one of the merchant princes, is trying to storm the royal docks to take them from Zendar. Zendar is holed up with a couple of other merchant princes there and some other people, like the actual city guard.
So we can get a lot of people.
And you know that they're kind of in trouble right now. So you kind of saw, you didn't, like, so you wouldn't know that Zendar and those people are in there, but you saw that the bad guys that Kogo pointed out to you are currently trying to break into the royal docks.
She explains all that to you.
There you go.
Let's go save Xandar. You're
I
dragging
may
friend.
see my way. I kind of take the scale off.
Wait, so we are going to the docks?
Little
Sounds
midget.
like it.
I like that back.
I don't know.
You can have it back. I don't know what possessed me to take it from the dude. I have no use for it, but I really think he'd much rather see it in my hands when we come back to him. Hopefully he doesn't eat us. Moving on.
To the docks.
You don't actually believe that your lover gave it to you, right?
You don't have mayonnaise anymore.
Because he
Doesn't
did.
matter what I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He gave it to you.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
I heard a rumor of a late night.
There was one.
He was disguised.
They do not speak to that very much.
Are any of you female? Are you female?
I am.
Okay. And what do you look like?
I'm 3 foot
Child.
2 inches tall.
Yeah.
Chloe.
I have brown eyes, tan skin,
Let's just go on ahead and keep this
and
off the table.
I am a halfling ranger,
I know
and I'm
what
on
it
the
is.
south side, so that I'm kind of buff.
Okay.
But I don't like him, so it's like every once in a while you'll see me just smack him in the back of the head, and he'll be like, what?
And so Bob likes her, so usually make sure that it's her.
Toban is like a party user.
Toban is an NPC that they have kept
Falling
around.
further and further in the back.
Does
He-
does
But I'm not all in. I'm
Oh, yes,
not
he's our
her
tank.
neck.
Yeah, he's a paladin who
He's
I don't even think has he ever
this
taken
guy.
has he ever taken a single damage in combat outside of a magic user? I don't think he has. Yeah, he's amazing. But I told them last time they saved him from dying.
We didn't even know it.
Yeah, they made some good choices.
Already.
So how far is the harbors from Wakanga's place?
It's okay.
So
So
I know ways to get there quicker and more discreet.
you do know that there is a way
But
that
would it be Zentham used?
that's the thing. You don't know.
If we're going to
It's
the
something
harbors.
that the Zentham would know about because it's kind of like a back road to get
So
there.
let's take the most out in the open, because we're disguised, the most out in the open way.
Yeah,
because
Disguised are back on. You guys are not disguised, but they don't have.
let's take the most out in the open way because the Zentham are probably going to be on the back roads.
If we're going to the harbors, it's going to be a fight.
That's the point.
So just as long as we're prepared for that.
I don't think we
I'm
ever
prepared to
are,
live, whichever way that happens.
You
that's
saw-
how it happens.
Ifan was on his. He was riding on this large. You don't know the names of these dinosaurs because you're new here. But it was a very large, short-armed dinosaur.
Perhaps we should
Who
go another
was
time.
the guy that was besieging the harbor?
I would run up his tail and like cut his.
Well, would give me.
Come on.
So the place that he went, which I guess I want to know about, the place that he went was the harbor master's main office. Can you get us back to the harbor master? Or can you get us back to where you found this? I kind of.
I sit down for a second. Was I lucid enough during that to remember it?
You would remember how
you
you
were
were
lucid.
there.
That's very important.
You would remember his character used to be insane, and so it was But you would remember vaguely how to get back there. You probably wouldn't remember the layout of the office, but you remember walking that way because you had to walk back that way.
I didn't take like lefts and lefts
Yeah, that
and
was
lefts.
crazy. No, it was like a big straight road.
I need to learn about this much.
So between my knowledge and his knowledge, we'll take that route back. Like not, I'm not doing the like shadow alleys and everything. Just open road, which he would have followed. So if there's our people stationed out there because we're disguised.
Is there people there out in the streets?
Well, what
Because
time
they
of
are
day is it?
fighting?
Right where you guys are
I've got an
at
idea.
it's hard to see. You can't really see. It's what
Fly
time
up
is
and
it?
run across the rooftops.
It's only like, I don't know, 11
And
o'clock in
someone
the afternoon.
fails,
It's not quite the afternoon
This
yet.
guy.
But you can't see that much because
Minus
it's raining
4.
heavily still, and you're within Wakonga's house still.
It's right on this guy's back.
So, how difficult would it be to run across the roofs?
It's easy.
Is it?
You just jump.
Have you seen my stats?
From Wakonga, kind of like he's like from here, but lower down in the city. Yes, because you guys are on like an upper layer where there's only merchant princes' houses and the Temple of God.
Okay.
But lower down, yeah, there's lots of places you could go on the roof.
What would be the best view of what the scene is like at the port?
If we
Let's
were
see.
being besieged, where would they be besieging?
Let's do this here. Actually, I've got a map.
Just come at them head on.
Yes, if we were being penetrated, what area would be the easiest to be penetrated from? That's probably the area we don't need to go to.
Okay.
Missionary.
Why is it all
Oh no.
crappy?
You could go from the front.
On
You
there.
could go from the back.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. All right, so
Harbor Ward. Old city is just. I guess we're up here, right? Somewhere.
We're up here, aren't
give me 2 seconds.
That's Mallore's throat.
Hot.
All right, so
always put it refuse for your metagaming bullshit.
Alright, so
Cthulhu rest
where? This is where the current siege is going on.
there. Okay.
Alright, so this side, as far as Whiskey could tell, was blocked off. This is the back road
Is this like a
that you think
gate
you
that
know.
opens and closes?
It is. It's a large gate, and it's meant in other times to. It's basically so inside. You can see like all around here is where the Royal Docks is. Okay, so that's only merchant princes are allowed to be there. So it's like the nicest ships and stuff are there. So that's where he's holed up.
So how are they holding it? There's no really way to hold that.
Well, they have the gate, so they're holding the gate, and then they blocked off the other two red boxes with like large amounts of like crates and other dinosaurs and stuff, and they have other people protecting it. They have a force of people.
Okay.
Is this
So
where
there is like
You guys-
somewhat of a military there, or at least
You guys are up here.
city guard there.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Oh wow.
All right.
So I want to go down here and climb on a roof. And kind of like
Can't we
hide.
just-
Listen, Assassin's Creed. We can't just be.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm sorry. You guys are actually over here.
To climb on the roof
Let me
without
know.
the cover of night is very
Or we can just take
conspicuous.
the road straight through there and then go around the wall.
You could get onto the roof probably over here.
Yeah, if we
So
go
this is
straight-
where the main siege is at, right?
No, the main siege is the big block.
Big
there.
block.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
us.
where
That's
is
us, right?
Basically over here, right?
so where is
this is blocked off?
where is
The harbor master
the harbor master's main
office.
office?
Oh,
Way over here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So we'd have to go through everything.
Pretty much. Unless we went around and went across.
But then we can't go across because they have the
I can run across the top of that gate.
No,
problem.
they're holding the gate. The
The
people-
guards.
The good guys are holding the gate against the bad guys at the moment.
Oh, the good guys have it.
So here's let me explain it a little bit better. So currently, all these red blocks over here, other than I can actually delete some of them. Which
The biggest.
let me get my tools back.
So if we can get
We
can
gotta
go
get you
across
like
the
a
bridge.
sentence So you can do Madden on it.
across the gate, and then we can get to here and see if he's aid him in his battle. Save his harbor.
How long would it take us to
All
get?
right, let's go to this.
That does look like our best point of entry.
Okay, so
We could just swim it.
Oh, I've got to talk in my regular voice for a few minutes.
okay, so that's the
He could swim, yeah, he could.
I don't suggest that.
that's the gate that's being held
Okay.
by the good guys, by Zendar and those, against Ifon Talro. So Ifon is on
He's not
this
here.
side of it. Zendar's in here.
So we'd have to go through that group if we went this way
Yeah.
to get there.
Exactly. That's like
So
the main
we'd have to
entrance.
either go the way y'all suggested or the outside.
And you guys,
So if we went up
Right here.
merchant ward and around, which I guess we wouldn't. So who's holding this? So there's no.
there's like basically like so in between those, you can imagine there's like stalls and things that are set up.
So
They've
there's
set up
just some kind of made up
barricades.
barricade.
Yeah, there's barricades put up to stop people from getting in. But the main gate they're trying to take is because like they can't fit their large dinosaurs down those small paths.
So I think your scale is the key to getting in.
Of course, I could just
It's,
cast.
it's the only link we have inside. We're all disguised. So
I could have just like cast darkness on this and they could always follow me.
Wouldn't we be dark, like in light?
It's dark. I thought it was nighttime right now.
No, it's like 11 in the afternoon. Yeah.
It's raining.
It's like 11 o'clock. Because remember, you guys woke up at like 7. It's like noon almost.
Who wants to go
Okay.
the north route or who wants to go the south route?
Wait, what is this? I missed that.
This is where
That's
we're
where
at.
you guys are at.
So if we go straight through, we gotta go
So
to
here,
the
so
bad
there's
guy spot.
so Toban and Wakanga would have a map. They could be able to show you kind of the city. So they'll kind of outline like 3 ways they think you could get in. There's the lighthouse. That's a way to do it. It's protected though pretty well. You don't know who's there and who controls it, but you would assume that if enemies controlled it, they would probably already be in there. There's the direct route here, which would be all the way through the merchant ward, and you don't know what you'll come across there, but there's kind of makeshift barricades, and this is kind of the same thing. It's right next to it. They kind of connect to each other.
Alright,
So,
the
And then there's the
lighthouse,
main entrance.
yeah.
the lighthouse is the hardest to probably penetrate, so it's gonna be the less guarded. Where here, there's so many routes and so many ways to get in.
Another.
So that's a structural property that's guarding it rather than a bunch of individuals. So
Savon, he's like, I can't swim in my armor, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. It weighs a lot, Crypto.
I do
My AC
say,
is 20.
if we are to appear like
Can't we go out?
villagers or
they're not
people of
why are they
normal people
why
are
are
not
they-
going to run towards the battle.
But we can't be like, yo, we're here to sell our goods and wares while you're underneath siege.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's running from this battle. So wouldn't we look conspicuous?
So that's even more reason to attack us.
Huh?
That's even more reason to attack us.
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if we go here,
That's what I'm saying. We need to go this
This
way.
same point.
Correct? Is that what you're trying to point out?
yeah, I'm thinking.
So the lighthouse. That's what I'm saying. The lighthouse is probably going to be the less guarded because it has the most more structural defense mechanisms to it.
I like the idea of running on the rooftops, but I think that I would fall.
Same.
I would trip you. But that's beside the point.
So, but there's not a war or anything going on here, so we would be able to get all the
The
way
whole
here.
city's
I
underneath.
do not know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know this part's like they're battling, so I think we should just.
So
go
I think
out.
we should come here and get in a rowboat and just paddle across.
Let's go to the lighthouse and let's see what it
And,
looks like.
and just for your information,
They burned all the boats.
Jessamine and Xanthi, their mansions, and Kyotha, so 2 good guys and a bad guy, are all there.
Oh,
Let's go there.
that's a lot closer. A straight shot right across. I mean,
If we get them to
Get
follow
them.
us, we'll have even more
Right.
people.
yeah.
A bigger
We can
party.
add to our
Yeah.
ranks. There's a big
If the
battle.
Red Rogues own the arbor, they
That's
own
a dragon
every
you're talking about.
export and import the city has.
He does have a good point. If they take the harbor, what does that leave us?
So we kill them all.
How many feet is this? That the narrow spot.
It's a pretty long bridge. I mean, you're talking hundreds of feet.
Okay.
Maybe we should
So-
have.
Or not
If
hundreds,
we-
like 100 feet.
So if me and Crypto, if you stayed there and just made sure that me and Crypto got inside, evidently he has connections to
the harbor master.
the harbor master, so I don't really worry about you swimming across the harbor as much as I'm worried about surviving to get to the harbor master.
I think we should split up into groups.
How many people are we?
7.
7.
I
You
must-
clearly have some big dudes, and we have some small, skinnier
So
roof
Mitz
climbing.
kind of peeks up. I will not believe whiskey.
Well, that's fine. You guys work as a team way better. I'm just saying,
If you can scale a rooftop, then I mean,
me and this guy would make a much smaller group that could get to the harbor master without being noticed, whereas
and
those two
those
could sneak by way easier and get to wherever else they need to be. And if we can get to the harbor master and help him get all his dinosaurs up that he has dominion over, we could probably push back against where he's being sieged.
What do you think, whiskey?
As much as I appreciate your insights into this, I think splitting up is a horrible idea.
We could die. We are here to protect all of you. I would like to have you under my eyes.
And yet a bigger group means easier to detect.
But stronger.
Together, we're almost undefeatable.
You say that, but have you seen the things flying around?
Have you seen all these dead bodies that currently surround us?
There's a lot of them.
None of
I don't
them
know, you
fly.
killed him.
Well, he did some.
You see crossbow quarrels sticking out of some of them, and you see like quite a few of them cut in half almost. Like,
The lighthouse.
I mean, this, obviously, all we have to do is run across and check here. Just check.
Just check. So we're gonna walk up and like, all right, it looks like the lights are on.
Obviously,
Keep walking.
Obviously, the biggest battle is being held at the harbor. On our way to this point here, why
So
can't
do
we?
we? I mean, we don't know anything about them being besieged here, though, right? I mean, other than what's just
whiskey didn't see anybody.
If we were to procure one more ally, I would feel much more comfortable pursuing this route.
But that's time wasted.
But
Well, it's all
just
two allies.
Hmm?
It is 2 allies.
And we kind of have to do it.
But how long
anyways.
could that take?
I do
The
not.
longer it takes there, the more likely.
I am new to this conversation. What do you think, Boo? We cannot go back to space yet.
Okay, Bishop. Bishop. I'm persuading Bishop.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
What's
All right, okay, what are you
Past
trying to
perception's a 14.
I got
No,
a
it's
26.
insight.
Oh,
Insight.
insight.
I rolled a 26.
All right, so I got a plus Well, that's crypto. I was like, wow, that's really good stats. All of a
It's gonna
sudden.
be wisdom.
Yeah, I have a 0, so there's no way.
You have to get a natural 20.
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay, so I'll persuade you, let's stop on this way before we take her out.
You feel like he's starting to kind of win you over, but ultimately the decision is still yours.
I'm going whether or not you're going. That's just one less person that can be like.
Look, I'm for the harbor.
Okay, you go to the harbor.
So Toban is kind of like, just to kind of give it his 2 cents, those assassins would be very helpful in taking back the harbor. They could
If
go
the
on the
harbor's
rooftops that I
gone,
can.
though.
The
If
harbor's
harbor's gone.
It's true, it is a risk.
a whole bunch of dinosaurs
The
in the
ass-
office.
Yeah, but the assassins are wicked, dude.
Zindar is strong. He can. I would assume that he can hold the harbor for more than just a few hours.
It won't take us that
Once
long.
I know, okay, so if we go to the assassin prince, once I know that she is safe, I'm out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Once
that's
you
what
know
When I
they're
stand
safe, you
down
want
and
to go.
talk and have a friendly talk
No.
and ask her what she ate for breakfast, I'm out.
We're just gonna see if her mansion
what?
is under
Put my
siege or
back
anything.
away.
If her
Alright.
mansion is,
Mike,
all we're
so
doing-
long.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
We'll take the long route and go by, make sure the lights are on, make sure
that it's not
everything seems
under
safe,
siege.
and then continue on this route.
Because they may give us a secret palace. More
It's a
direct.
very wise decision you're making.
Alright.
You sense the
Thanks.
ominousness in her words. She's about ready to gank you, man.
This is
Right.
fun. This is like the first time I haven't shown you guys like a straight path. And it's like bedlam. All right. So okay, so you guys want to head towards.
The lion.
I'm just passing by.
We're just gonna go by and
And
we'll
they
see
want to
what's gonna
stop
happen.
off and
Swear to
chit
God, if I
chat.
have to cast whole
No,
person
no,
on
no.
you, I will.
I thought I just wanna go by and make sure the house isn't, or the mansion's not
So-
under siege or anything like that.
Who wants? Okay, so marching order here. Who's going?
I'm
first?
last. I don't want to die.
Taban is going to be somewhere towards the back because he knows it's clunky.
Barbarian.
I push Minch to the front.
Yeah, put the.
And it's like.
I'm kind of like hiding behind him.
Really happy to be here.
I'm hiding behind him.
Okay.
Now, Tobias think about his equal, like, gigantic warrior counterpart. Because, I mean, this is clearly the only person on his
He would
level.
do well.
Is he always saying people's names?
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that?
Yes.
Did you hear that? He would do well in the Coliseum.
I would do better.
All right. So you guys put Boo in the front, or I'm sorry, Minsk in the front.
Plus boo.
Plus, Boo.
Well, Boo's there too, always.
Is he kind of like
And
the
Martha's-
hamster
I'll be
from
behind
Secret Life of
Martha's.
I have a
Pets?
lot of like
He's just
rings
lost.
on my
What's
fingers.
up?
Is he kind of like the
Stuff
hamster
like
from
that.
Secret Life of
You
Pets? That's
probably
just
need
lost.
to-
Okay.
I have seen it, but I don't remember.
He's like,
I don't remember the hamster. Was he bad or good? I know the bunny was bad.
He
right?
was good. He was just lost in the house all the time. Anyway, trying to get a mental picture.
Lemming
Let's sit here.
So I'm kind of like.
All right, so Minsk kind of looks at each of you and he goes, "No despair. I will inspire you by charging blindly forward." And he just starts
We're just
running
trying
out towards that direction.
I'm just trying to be as obsolete and like inconspicuous as I can because we're disguised. So
Yeah.
he can march up. I'm just last.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So is there who's following Minsk in his
I'm behind.
blind charge, and who's
I'm kinda
staying
like-
behind with Bishop?
Having to run really fast.
Taban waits. Taban's like, all right, I'm gonna hang with Bishop. All right, but they're still walking after him, so they're just kind of getting a little bit ahead of you. They're about 60 feet ahead. All right, so as they kind of they start crossing this large bridge. You guys can see smoke, like drifting up, even through the rain. And the rain's beginning to slow a bit. Smoke drifting up from the old city as you pass, which is right over here. Those are the two ziggurats. So smoke drifting up a lot from that area. You can't see a ton from here. You can see over the gates. And yeah, the top of Torvald's ziggurat is gone. And Kogo's is kind of crumbling. All right, so
Is there stuff flying in and out of the clouds still?
perception check
17
plus.
2, so 19.
Nothing that you notice. You look into the clouds and looks like rain. All right. Is that a check?
Yes.
What are you checking?
Perception too.
Yeah, go for it.
Perception. Oh, that's a skill. Okay.
Wisdom.
You guys want me to leave all this more?
15 sounds
Same thing. You kind of look up and you don't see anything in particular in the clouds. Kobe kind of warned you of what to look for as well. All right, cool. So you guys continue on.
Does anyone look like they're looking at us?
There's nobody on this walkway at all, and you
Is
can
it, like,
see
abnormally because I've looked.
it's
here.
quiet. It's very quiet. You can tell that there's no commerce going on here, which is strange. You don't
At
hear
this time of day.
and normally the Grand Sook is like right here. Like you guys are walking over the Grand Sook. There is no noise coming from it. It is dead quiet. Which
So
is
I turned to Bond because I guess he's lived here too. This is abnormal.
it is strange. The Grand Sook fallen silent.
It's never silent.
Never heard that in my whole life.
One time it was silent when I was beating you up in the Coliseum. They were
I
sharing
think
my
the time when I knocked you out, you probably couldn't
I
hear the
think-
Grand Sook.
That's your days.
His hair is so pretty.
Can I look at the clouds too?
What do you want to look at?
The clouds.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it just regular smoke?
Yeah, just drifting up from there. I mean, perception check. Go for it.
14 plus. Plus 4. So
18.
18.
Same thing. You look around and you don't notice anything. You don't have a feeling of like apprehension in the clouds.
Is anyone running by? I mean, there's
No,
no.
Not dark
Yeah,
vision,
it's-
not dark vision, double sight.
Well, they help you because it's dim light here because of the rain. But you still don't notice anything.
Is anyone near as you walk by? Like,
No.
I can just be like, hey, what's going on?
No, because you guys are on like this. It's like a special walkway that
Okay.
nobody uses, and you don't see anybody below you. It's like a ghost town.
Morthos is like, this is where that one guy fell off the bridge.
That's
So
further.
can I see this yet?
You guys are coming closer
Is
towards
there
it.
smoke coming from it?
You can see that there is smoke coming from one of the buildings, and you would know the building. So if you get closer, you'll probably be able to tell.
Okay. So I'll proceed closer, but not going anywhere closer to the front of this.
So Minsk is getting towards that like little fountain in the center there.
Yeah.
And he's kind of looking around like with the sword out, like ready. And he's like, you can see Booze on his shoulder, and he's just like looking around, ready for something. There's nobody there. As you get closer, you can see the mansion that would have belonged to Zanti. There's the doors are ajar, and there's smoke coming from inside.
No.
They're dead here, and we've wasted time.
Jasmine's looks fine though.
I think we should just go on to the.
Did
Wow.
anyone see it?
Vietnamese looks fine.
That's the merchant. That's the.
That's the assassin merchant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ask her if she knows of I'm gonna go speak to Destiny.
All right. Who wants to go?
I'm going to
Is the-
I'm going to abandon them.
Okay, Boo's gonna go with you. Tavon's gonna go with you.
I'm going with
the
this
gates
guy.
open to this thing.
Xanthi's gates are wide open. Jessamines are not.
Yeah, Harbor Master.
So as they go off, me and him kind of like, there's nothing here. It's gone.
All right, let's split it up. So you guys start heading back the way you came towards the harbor.
Or can we go down like this
Yeah.
way? Because we're coming across this bridge, so they're
There's
all
no-
skipping off this way. So we're going this way.
It's you're on an upper level. There's
Oh.
no other way. You have to go back the way you came.
Can you not climb the wall?
The only way off of this would be to go back down here, this way. So there's like a little path there that leads up to here, so you can go that way, or so that you can go this way.
So I just kind of like push your head back and just kind of like start walking back.
Jessamine has a secret passageway.
Well, then that's something I'll find out.